Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
She gives a lot of insight, a lot of closure, a lot of answers to things you might have. She's a psychic medium, spiritual healer, energy healer. Today, we're going to talk about your third eye. Apparently, we all have one. If we harness the power of it, and in order to do that, we have to clear it out in terms of the energy surrounding it. It can give us a lot of insight on our life and assumably the future. That's all I know. She knows more. Alisha B joins us here on the program today. How you doing?
I'm doing good today. How are you?
I am good. This whole third eye thing. Let's go right in, dive right into the rabbit hole. Is your third eye obviously located here? It's a
Yes.
gland. What's that gland called?
The pineal gland or pineal gland, depending on how you say it. I call it a pineal.
Okay.
P-I-N-E-A-L.
Spell it one more time. I want to get it right for the first.
P-I-N-E-A-L.
That's what I thought. Okay. Is that the same thing or similar to our intuition, our gut feeling?
They go together, yes. So that's where it kind of stems from. So that gland obviously is in the brain. It's kind of like a direct path to the center of your brain from your forehead, your third eye. It is outside of the blood-brain barrier. And so it's directly connected to the nervous system throughout our body. And what it is it controls that extra sense, that intuitive guide that we all have. You have your, now I can't think of what they're called, your consciousness. That's that intuitive thing that comes through. And when you really work into it and you do what's called decrystallization of the pineal gland, that helps activate and give you that deeper connection with your higher self and your intuition, and kind of propels you similar to what I do. I mean, you may not be a medium, you may not see ghosts, but you're going to connect with higher entities, higher energies that'll help kind of guide you throughout your life.
So you get a gut feeling. Your intuition is telling you something. As we've spoken before, you need to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've shared all the times that I didn't, the major life things. I see them in my mind. I could tell you where I was, angle of the sun, year it happened, all of that. Life-changing things. I said, man, no, you can't. Should have listened. So you get a feeling.
Yes.
You trust your gut. It's telling you something. Yeah. Choice A, choice B. Choice A is the one. I'm going for that. How does the third eye come into play?
So it's actually, it wouldn't be just your third eye. I know we've discussed chakras before. So it is believed you have three brains in your body. Your brain, we all know about that one. You have your heart center, which is an emotional brain, your connection to your outer energies, and then your solar plexus, which is your third brain that governs you as an individual. And so when the pineal gland is activated and you're working in your third eye, all three of them connect. So when we feel that gut feeling, that is the activation from third eye down into the gut of your soul.
Oh, okay. So this is radically different than I thought. So you're saying, let's make sure I'm hearing this clear. It starts here, third eye, and then it travels down to your gut feeling. So it's really your third eye is doing the work. It's like it's no pun intended, looking out for you.
Yes.
And then it's sending the signal to your intuition.
Kind of like your antenna out there.
Gotcha.
Catching on to the different energies coming through, and then it relays that through your system. And then you feel like, oh, my gut's just saying I shouldn't do it. Like I feel a pit in my stomach. That is the connection all the way through on your energy centers.
Okay. So I had an energy clearing session a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the practitioner said that my third eye was mucked up. That's even the term she used. She goes, yeah, I cleared it out. I think I cleared it about, to a 60% cleansing, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes, you got some problems there. I did the best I could. We'll work on that, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe that's why my intuition is sometimes a little off. I'm better at it now. I listen. I listen harder. Let's put it that way. But she did say, meaning me, you make up for the muckiness of your third eye with your keen sense to spot BS. You may have a little bit of handicap there, but your BS detector is like lighting, you're right on target. Like you can smell it, you can see it. It's all coming your way. So maybe that's why, my intuition isn't as strong as I think it should be, and why it's getting better, because I'm kind of going around the back door in a different way of listening deeper. In those situations, what can we do? Is it come down to, having your chakras cleared, including your third eye?
That is definitely a way you can go about it. There's also the pineal gland activation that energy workers can do, and that is for me, I've done these, and I energetically go in and take off the crystals, crack it open, kind of massage it, get it working, and typically those clients feel it in their forehead, right in their third eye. But other things you can do, so for your example, your practitioner said about 60% cleared, 40% muck. That, excuse me, that's when I talk about actionable things that you can do. So it can't all be done from someone else. We can't make you whole. Only you can make you whole. So only you can action that extra 40. And that is by paying attention when you get a thought that is random out there and you're like, that didn't sound like something I would say. That's your intuition. That's that third eye opening and giving you an opportunity to move forward with your intuition, to build your intuition.
Okay. So it sounds, based on what you're saying, I'm doing the right thing by turning up the volume in terms of listening to what is going on, what's happening, and all of that.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Wow. This thing, so this is my understanding. This thing with the third eye, it's basically helping you see a little into the future where your intuition is more in the now, telling you what you should do in terms of direction, decisions. But your third eye is kind of looking ahead a little bit. That make any sense?
Yes. So it does have the capability to look ahead, where I agree your intuition is the here and now, which is very important because we should live in the moment and not in the future. So I don't want you to think that activating means you're going to live futuristically.
That's a really great point that you just brought up. And game changer for all of us, myself included. Living in the moment is what we should be doing, what we need to be doing. And it's funny that, we all say that, but now we're talking about looking toward the future. They're conflicting each other. So thank you for saying that.
Yes. And it does kind of conflict, but what your third eye does is, in my view, lay out what soul plan is out there for you. So it kind of opens you up to pierce through the veil, if you want to say, where your intuition is the focus of the here and now for your physical form, for your soul in this physical realm. The third eye gives you a glimpse into what else you have planned, what else is out there, and what direction you should go. And they meet together so that your whole being can move forward. But if you don't live in the here and now, you become anxious because all you're thinking about is that future.
Yeah.
What if I do, can this, will this? Those don't serve us. Instead, what serves us is, I'm here now. Oh, it is not a good idea. My gut tells me that I should not take this job. Why shouldn't I take that job? That's when that future look, the third eye, gives you that intuitive reasoning on why I shouldn't take that job, why my gut said this is a really bad idea. And that's where it comes into being that futuristic that meshes with your here and now.
So what if you have a decision to make?
Mhm.
Sitting here, it's in front of you. There it is. What do you do? I don't even know what else to say. What do you do?
For me, I take a breath. That breath is my relax my body, allow me to feel my gut, allow me to feel my heart, and kind of see where that is leading me. If I don't take that pause, I am acting purely on logical brain and not intuition. And intuition is what gets us, to where we are meant to be, our higher purpose, the reason we're here, where our logical brain is more of what we've been taught, what we know, how society standards are going, and where we're told we should be versus where we are meant to be.
So I have a major decision to make.
Mhm.
Truth.
Okay, I thought I'm sorry, I thought we were in a scenario.
No, it's legit. Big.
Okay. Mhm.
Big. Um, some of those in the know are pointing to this over here, this direction. And I respect them. And I respect their opinion. I'm not feeling it. And even as you just said, take that deep breath. I took a second and I saw the two decisions in front of me. And I get heavy on that one.
Mhm.
Damn. It's like
Yeah.
it's and how do you get it out of your head that that is a true feeling and not you being influenced by others?
That would just, the root of it is to believe in yourself. Believe in what you're telling yourself. Again, society says you need to be validated. You need to be in certain places at certain times to be important or a professional or, things of that nature. You have to do certain things to get there. And we forget to believe in who we are, to listen to ourselves and to put ourselves as number one key without ego. So not as selfish and putting other people's down like I'm better than you because I wear better clothes. That's an ego-led self. Instead, it's this is what's best for me. This is what resonates inside of me. I don't feel sick when I go this direction.
Yeah.
That is putting self first without ego.
It's hard to get that ego thing out of the way.
100%.
Damn. Damn. Go away.
Yes.
Although it's there to help and support you, but I guess you need to manipulate it in the direction that you need to work at the like if you have a car, you're driving a car, you buy a certain car for a certain reason,
Mhm.
you drive it a certain way to support you. You don't let it drive you unless you have a Tesla. Good luck. Um,
Yes.
and don't get one of those trucks. They're ugly, man. They're
Oh my
ugly.
gosh. Yes.
um, so, and by the way, in the decision that I'm wrestling with, I'm going to take the steps to eliminate um, any doubt. Like I could just make a rash decision and say, yeah, that's it. That's the answer. No, I'm going to do the research. I'm going to look deeper into it. I'm going to get more knowledge and information and
Mhm.
then take that deep breath, as you said, and sit with it again and
Yes.
see if it's still coming back the same way. Because education is power. I don't want to let my ego come in and say, yeah, you know the answer. Just forget about all that. No, I'm going to take the proper steps.
Yes.
It's work, but it is what it is. Um, but it's amazing when you feel it. The I describe it as a lighter feeling
Yes.
as the answer.
Hmm.
And usually we blank it up because the lighter feeling sends us into logic, and our logic says, huh, it can't be that easy. No, 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 no. I don't want to make a mistake. So let's overthink this and let's go with the other choice. And that's where you screwed up.
Exactly. You have followed the exact path on how it works phenomenally. Taking that time,
Because I've screwed it up a
so
lot.
you're learning your lessons, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah,
That's moving forward, getting more connected with you, releasing the ego, and actually letting your energy, your soul tell you what you should be doing.
yeah.
Hmm.
Mm. It's I find it fascinating when you really listen what's going on inside of you and how you have the answer. Everybody has the answer. You may not be an expert in what you need to make a decision on, but somehow we know the answer.
We do. And we fight it. We always, for some reason, we're like stubborn children and like, nope, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to go over there. And we get back in that. That's, I don't remember if we talked about it, but it's a cycle. We want to get out of the cycle of making a decision and then trying to change course. And we make a
Yes.
new decision and, oh no, that didn't work out. Let me change again. Break out of that by going inward. Like we were just talking about, take that breath, take that moment and say, okay, if I go that way, how does that feel? What is that? Okay, I don't like that. If I go this direction, I feel calmer. Yeah, maybe it's not more money, but for me as a person, it's going to be better. And we kind of have to weigh that again. That's that society and that connection with ourself. We have to weigh against. When you live in your true self, you follow your intuition, things will come for you. You may look at it on paper and be like, oh, that's a $10,000 pay cut. I can't get there. Like, that's just not going to do for me. I have bills. When you let that go and move to what resonates with you, you'll be covered on that 10,000. You don't have to worry about because spirit's going to take care of you. They will help get you what you need.
Because you did what you were supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll share with you because I forgot, but to mention this, that decision I'm working on.
Mhm.
I have a friend who's a psychic, known her for years, right? Um, I was texting with her the other night. I'm like, yeah, this is what's going on, and she knows everything about me.
Mhm.
And, no, again, I've known her for years. The decision, the direction I'm going in, I didn't say anything. I just asked her, and she said what I was thinking. So and I kept offline. I could ask you too. You probably, I'm not going to even tell you what it is because I don't want to jade you, but she even validated it. It's almost more like, this slap in the back of the head, Steve, you jerk. This is what you should be doing. But it almost kind of goes back to the fundamental thing that, like, my mom always used to say, I'm sure yours did. You've heard it. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. So that's life. Like you just said, we fight it.
We do.
And the flow is you in the ocean of life, the river of dreams, and you're floating. And it's taking you that way. But what do? No, no, no. I don't want to go that way. That doesn't seem right. No, that's not the right direction. Let me swim this way over here. But guess what? The current's going to grab you after you exhaust yourself swimming to a log that's floating, there, or maybe a little teeny island that you just grab onto because you don't want to go with the flow. And it's going to sweep you away, and you're going there anyway, right?
Exactly. The more you fight it, the more, like you said, exhausted you're going to be. And that's not just physically, that's mentally, emotionally, definitely.
Energetically.
Yes, spiritually, energetically, 100%. You'll start feeling tired. You're going to get grumpy, kind of confused. You may have physical ailments pop up, headaches, stomach aches, bowel issues. It'll start there. And that is yourself telling you you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. You're down the wrong path. I need you to turn around and go the other way. We just ignore it. And we're like, oh, I'll go take a Tums or, whatever I need instead of addressing the energy.
That's
Mhm.
so funny. Because what do we say? Just to your point, you say to yourself, "Oh, I don't know what I ate last night. It's just I'm not sitting well. I don't want to." Probably not. It's probably a bad decision that you're wrestling with, but you don't even know it.
Exactly. And in those moments, I love to tell people, again, what we just said, take that breath, take that moment and just, what is this from? Ask, ask your spiritual team. Everybody has a spiritual team. Ask your spiritual team, well, what is this from? And wait to see what you get back. We all have intuition and that connection to them. You may not have the connection to the other spirits like psychics or mediums do, or other energy fields like an energy worker, but you have that connection to your team and directly up to source for you as an individual.
Hmm. We've talked about this before, connecting with your spirit team.
Mhm.
And I think I shared with you, and it's not about me, but like maybe other people think this, but I've tried to in my quiet moments connect. present yourself, spirit team. I close my eyes, maybe meditate. You know, are you there? Just show me a sign, whatever it is. Haven't gotten anything yet. Others tell me they have. In
Hmm.
fact, Archangel Michael, who's one of the big guys, I've been told by others that he I came through vividly clear and said, "My name is not Michael; it's something else," but it was really him. That's what they told me. I haven't, and this is only recent, connected with them. But just because they haven't knocked on your door, it doesn't mean they're not there, right?
Correct. They are still there. When you go into that mode, when you ask them that, is your train of thought of acceptance, I'm going to accept the message they come through, or are you going into that with doubt, a little bit of doubt, like, I'm going to say this, but I really don't think I'll get anything.
Yeah, right.
So if you go in with that, like, I'm not sure I'm really going to get anything, you are blocking yourself. You have to go into it as, I accept what comes. Can you introduce yourself to me? I accept the message that comes, because that opens that door versus when you're like, I really don't think I'm going to get anything, you close that door because
Wow.
you have set your energy up not to receive.
It's probably the same way as manifestation works, where you might be doing everything great. You figured it out how to manifest, and you're on the path to getting what you want. And then you have that moment, and we all have them, where you come from a place of lack and you say, when is it going to show up? Well, why do I have to wait this long? And right away, you've thrown that, proverbial wrench into the works,
Yeah.
and you've just blocked. You know, I don't know if you're going back to square one, but you've taken a couple of steps back.
Yes. And that creates, again, then we go into the anxiety. So then we're futuristically living, or we go into depression and we're like, oh, it was better in the past. Or if I would have made this decision, maybe it would have been different. And so when we get into that, it's almost spiraling. You're going to spiral one way or the other instead of living in the moment. And, the money's not there. That's okay. I know it's going to be here. I know I will be taken care of. I believe it will come when it's meant to come. And I don't have anything to worry about. But again, those are hard things for us to tell ourselves, to release the control and the ego that I control everything that I do. Release that and understand your soul controls it, not us, not our logical brain, but our spiritual, energetic brain controls what actually comes through for us.
Right. And in concert with the universe.
Yes.
It's not just us, putting it out there. Throw me money. Yes, it's coming my way. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. No, you're doing your part. The universe does its part
Yes.
because you believe.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And that gets into unity consciousness as well. We are all connected energetically. I know we talked about individually, but you have to work on you first,
Mhm.
right? With your connection to spirit, your connection to your team, and then you can branch out and have connections with other energetic beings, which is everybody.
I final thought here to your point you just made. I had a conversation with somebody recently, somebody close to me, and they were talking about things in the past, and this happened, and I almost stopped the conversation. That we and it wasn't about us; it was just life. Is that I move forward. I don't care about the past. Yes, it's a lesson learned, et cetera. Stop. Just keep going, man. And that's the way I roll now. Just keep swimming. Go with the flow. It's
Yeah.
really what it is. And live in the moment. And live in the moment.
Yes.
Um,
Those that kind of have that feeling, like you were saying, they haven't either learned the lesson or they haven't take that quiet moment to say, what was that for?
yep.
And so that's what I call shadow work. You have to work on self.
Yep.
And so you got to work through those. And it looks like you've been working through it. I'm so excited for you.
Because I
One
needed
day
to.
at a time. Yeah.
'Cause- and it's just it's a cliche, and I hate to even have it come out of my mouth, but when the student is ready, the teacher shows up.
That 100%.
And that's how it happened for me.
Yes.
Can't ignore that. Alicia, how do we find you? Just wonderful today talking with you. Just the whole third eye thing. Some people think it's bunk. Well, now think a little bit deeper. Take that breath. How do we
Yeah.
find you?
Best way to find me would be my website. insightpsychics.com/Alisha, or you can message or text me at 256-469-8111. That's my business line. And also I'm on Google and Yelp. Alisha B.
Love it. You know, every time I hear those words, third eye, I think of late 90s band Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind.
and they had a song, Semi-Charmed Kind of Life. Love that song. Do, 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 do. I love it. Never gets old for me. But when you think about it, if you're third eye blind, then it's a semi-charmed kind of life you're living. It should be a charmed life if you're not third eye blind. That's kind of how I think about it.
And that tells me that you are getting spiritual messages, because they'll come out in songs or music. They'll come out on TV, and it's going to resonate with you in some way, and you receive that message, third eye blind.
Girl, there was a time over a period, a couple of weeks, a few months ago, that song followed me everywhere. And somebody kind of close to me, I would put it on, and she hated it. She hated that song. I'm like, how do you not like that song? It's so good. It just, forget about what they're singing. It just feels good. The song feels good, but it did follow me around. I think, just like you said, it was knocking on my door.
It was. Yeah.
Super cool talking with you. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you for having me.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.